Question number 2, Peseta Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Finance. What measures is the government taking to help prevent a repeat of the damaging house bubble that contributed to significant economic imbalances in New Zealand in the mid-2000s?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, in the period between 2001 and 2007, house prices in New Zealand doubled and the export sector went into recession in the middle of what was actually a global economic boom. As is now widely accepted, housing supply constraints are one of the major causes of housing bubbles. That is why the government is working with the Auckland and Christchurch City Councils to increase greenfields and brownfields land supply, reducing delays and costs and uncertainties of the Resource Management Act, improving infrastructure provision and looking to improve the productivity in the construction sector. The government is giving effect to these through the Special Housing Areas legislation and 2 RMA reform bills this year, and we look forward to the opposition's support for these pieces of legislation that improve housing affordability.
Supplementary question, Peseta Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Supplementary question to the Minister. What effect does the government expect these measures to have on housing supply, and what additional steps is the government taking to directly support first home buyers?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, the government and the Auckland City Council have a common objective of more affordable housing and have therefore agreed to the Auckland Housing Accord and introduced supporting legislation to deliver fast tracking of consents in less affordable areas. The Auckland Accord targets 39,000 housing consents over the next 3 years. This is up from less than 12,000 over the last 3 years. We expect that this will have some effect in slowing the rate of increase in house prices because ideally we'd like to see wages rise at least as fast as house prices so that houses can become more affordable. This is in addition to the government's recently announced moves to support first home buyers.
Further supplementary.
Supplementary question, Peseta Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What reports has he seen on RMA changes that are cutting red tape and freeing up land supply, and why does this matter for the cost of housing?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, I've seen reports that say the government's RMA changes will give homeowners and developers the certainty and the confidence that they need to proceed with more investment in more houses on the ground at a time when we need them to slow down the rapid rise in house prices. I've seen one report that the cost of waiting for building and resource consents to be processed is between $1,000 and $1,600 per house per week. That is money that must be recovered from the sale price and directly contributes to making houses less affordable. That is why there is broad support, except from the opposition, for the government's changes to RMA legislation to reduce the number of weeks, because every week we can reduce the length of that process, we can save prospective homeowners between $1,000 and $1,600.
Supplementary question, Peseta Sam Lotu-Iiga.
What alternative housing policies has he seen?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, land is around 60% of the cost of a house in Auckland, so it would be ridiculous for any housing affordability to fail to include a mechanism for delivering lower land prices. I have seen one of these policies. It doesn't talk about land supply or infrastructure or red tape or construction sector productivity. And this is the Labor policy, backed by 3 of its leaders so far, and no doubt will be backed by the next one.
Point of order.
If you're going to allow the Minister of Finance to quote Labor Party policy, could you ensure he at least gets it right?
Order. Order. I appreciate the point the member's making, but it's not actually a point of order. Further supplementaries? Question number 3, the Honourable Annette King.
My question is to the Minister of Health. Do all DHBs have sufficient resources to provide safe, quality health services?
Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr. Speaker, yes, my objective is that all patients receive